Hey friends, we are still in the month of December. Our star has moved, so let's figure out today's date. So yesterday was the 1st of December, the very first day in December. So that means today is going to be the second day in December. Our day of the week is Wednesday. So let's move our Wednesday. So it's Wednesday. Our month is December, and our date is the 2nd. Our year is still 2020, but it's going to change really, really soon. Let's think back to our months of the year song. These are the months of the year. There are 12 months in a year. 12 months in a year. December is the 12th month in the year. So soon we're going to have to start all back over to number 1, which is January. And our year is going to change. We'll talk some more about that soon. All right, tomorrow, so our star will move forward. Tomorrow will be Thursday. Let's figure out what yesterday was. If my star's here, that means I have to go backward. And the 1st of December was yesterday, and it was on a Tuesday. We've got some fun, awesome events coming up in December. Our first day of winter is here, New Year's Eve and Christmas, and we have some other Christmas-related holidays. All right, so our month of the year right now is December. And I just said that December is the 12th month in the year. So we're going to write a number 12. Remember, we always start with our month number first. And then our date. It has been 2 days in December, so it's the 2nd. And our year is still 2020. So remember, we only write the last 2 digits or numbers of our year. Let's spell out December. It starts with a capital D, E, C, oops, I had a little curl on my C, E, M, B, E, R. December. A little crooked, but that's okay. All right. Let's add another Christmas tree because we've been in school in December for 2 days now, and that's 2 ones. Our 10 frames aren't filled up just yet, so we can't say there's any 10s. So it's just 2 ones. There are 2 Christmas trees. We've had 2 days of December so far. All right, let's color in the number 2's spot. Number 2 has a partner, so that means that the number 2, he is an even number. Even Steven. Okay. All right, let's complete our pattern. Now, in this pattern, we are still just counting backwards because we're going to continue to practice that. So 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay, let's make our pattern with our Christmas images. Let's do our ornament and Santa. Ooh, this one's a fun one. So ornament, Santa. Ornament, Santa. Let's figure out what kind of pattern this is. So we have an ornament for first, that's an A. And the next one is a Santa, so that means B. And the next one is Santa again, and Santa was B, so he's another B. Oh, and now we start at the ornament, so that's an A. So the ornaments are A and the Santas are B. So let's mark these. All right, so we have what kind of pattern? An ABB pattern. ABB. Let's count how many ABB patterns we have. So ABB, there's one. ABB. There's 2 ABB. There's 3. So we have 3 ABB patterns. Great job. Right, let's get all of our Santas put back. All right, so we've been to school for another day. So let's add a square in our one spot. Remember our rods over here, there are 10 little bitty squares in each of these rods, so we can count by 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So there's 60 little squares right here, and then we have one over here, so that's 60, 61. We have been in school for 61 days, friends. Goodness, that's a long time. Okay, let's add another circle in our 10 frame. Remember our 10 frames, we count by 10s. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then 61. Let's add another tally mark. All right, remember with tally marks, we count by 5. So 5, 10, 50. Oops, Miss Horton messed up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 61. All right, 61 looks just like this. 61, it is 6 10s and 1 1s. You can see that with our 10 frames. There's 6 10 frames over here filled up, and they have 10 circles in each. So 6 10s and 1 1. All right, let's do our fact family. Miss Horton is going to choose the number 2, and we're going to choose the number 10. 2 and 10. So if I gave you 2 pennies, and then you did something really, really awesome, and I gave you 10 more pennies, then that means you're going to have 12 pennies. If you did something really, really good at the beginning of the day, and I gave you 10 pennies, and then you did something very nice to someone, and I gave you 2 of those pennies, you would still have 12 pennies. Oh, but if you have those 12 pennies, and you weren't doing your work really well, and I took away 2 of those pennies, then you would only have 10 pennies left. Or if you still had those 12 pennies and you weren't being nice to someone and I took 10 pennies away, gosh, that's a lot of pennies to take away. That means you would only have 2 pennies left. Oh my goodness, it's super important to behave, isn't it? Remember our fact family, we use 3 different numbers and we're able to use them in 4 different ways. All right, we are still comparing numbers. So we have the number 13 and the number 13. Is that the same number? It is. So if I had 13 pieces of candy and Miss Robin had 13 pieces of candy, would we have the same amount of candy? Yes, we would. So we would be equal to. It's the same. Okay, remember we are still in the season of fall, friends. We're not to winter just yet, but when we do, I'll explain how the seasons are and when we flip-flop to them. Remember our temperature, the higher the number it is, the hotter it is. The lower the number, the colder it is. We count our temperature by degrees. We also graph our weather when we're at school. So when we get back, we're going to look at all the days that we've missed seeing each other, and we're going to continue to graph those. Remember, a graph kind of shows us over a long period of time what things look like, or it could show us how much we've had of something. All right, friends, so we have been in school for 61 days. So 61, we're going to do 61 cents. So if I have a number after this little decimal here, that means it's just cents. And it's 61 cents. This is our cent sign. This is our dollar sign. It takes 100 pennies to make $1. So we're getting there, but we're not there just yet. Okay, so when we were learning about 50 cents, we put 2 quarters because quarters are worth 25 cents. And if we put 2 of those quarters together, then we have 50 cents. Now let's think of a coin that is worth 10 cents. What coin is worth 10 cents? A dime. A dime is worth 10 cents. Remember, he's a little bitty one. So if I have 50 cents here and I add another 10, that's kind of counting by tens, isn't it? So we go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then 10 more will be 60. So we have 60 cents in our piggy bank right now. And we're trying to get to 61. So what coin will give me one more cent? A penny. So just one penny will give me 61 cents. Whoops. All right. Let's look at our time. Remember, our long hand is our minute hand, and he is facing the 12, which means our whole hour is starting all over again. So we start at 00 on our digital clock. We look at our small hand to see who he's pointing to for the hour. What is the small hand pointing to? The number 6. So that means it is 6 o'clock. It could be 6 a.m. for the morning, or it could be 6 p.m. for the afternoon. Okay, here is our shape of the day. This kind of looks like a stop sign. You could see S-T-O-P right here. It'd be a stop sign. This shape is a hexagon. This shape is red. Let's count how many sides this hexagon has. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my goodness, a hexagon has 8 sides. Let's count how many vertices this hexagon has. Remember, vertices is a big person word for points. So we're going to use our grown-up and our big person mind. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 vertices on a hexagon. Very good. All right, friends. I think that's the end for today. I hope you have a super fantastic, awesome day, and I can't wait to see you in the classroom. See you later, friends.